I had to rebuild my life from the wreckage of alcohol addiction.
And I had to rebuild mine after escaping an abusive relationship and starting over with basically nothing.
Two completely different disasters, but to survive them, we both had to learn the exact same skill.
We realized that the way we used to communicate, whether it was hiding the truth or trying to keep the peace, was keeping us stuck. We had to learn an entirely new language just to build a life that didn't fall apart again.
If you are starting over after 50, you can move your house, you can change your job, but if you don't change the way you communicate with people, you will end up right back where you started.
In this video, we're walking you through the 5 essential steps to finding your voice again.
In our last video, we talked about moving to a new location to find peace. But once the boxes are unpacked, you have to deal with the silence.
And that's where many of us fail. We go on autopilot. We assume people know what we want, or worse, we stop sharing our needs because we don't want to cause any type of friction.
Think of communication like the scaffolding of a house. If that scaffolding is shaky, you can't build anything on top of it. If your communication isn't solid, the life you are trying to rebuild simply won't stand. But if you follow these 5 essentials, you won't just improve your relationships, you'll be blown away by the support you actually get when you finally ask for it. And the first step can be the hardest one.
Step number 1 is use I statements. In my past, I walked on eggshells. I never said I want because I was afraid it would start a fight. But rebuilding requires you to take ownership.
Right. Instead of saying, you never want to do anything fun, which puts the other person on defense, you flip it. You say, I really want to go hear some live music.
And I really want to go hear some live music. It sounds small, but it changes the energy from blame to invitation. It opens the door for a real conversation instead of a fight.
That leads to step 2. Stop expecting people to read your mind. When I first got sober, I had to be brutally honest about my needs. I couldn't go to the same bars or hang out with the same people. If I had just hinted at it, I would have relapsed. I had to say it out loud.
And for me, this shows up in my hobbies. I love skiing and hiking, but sometimes I feel out of sync with others. I feel like I'm not fast enough or good enough. My old instinct would be just to go it alone or just not to go at all.
And that leads to isolation.
Exactly. So I have to practice saying, I need a slow day on the slopes, or I need to take a break. Being clear about what you need is how you build a life you actually enjoy rather than just surviving it.
Step 3 is the one that saved our relationship, active listening. Most people listen just to wait for their turn to talk. But when you are rebuilding, you have to listen to understand.
This was huge for me. Coming from trauma, I used to listen for threats. I was constantly scanning for what might go wrong. I tended to get defensive, so I had to retrain my brain to hear the why behind the words.
We call this the delivery confirmation. When Donna tells me something, I don't just nod. I say, so what I hear you saying is, and I repeat it back. It proves the package has arrived.
Step 4 is vital because there will still be misunderstandings. Prioritize grace and forgiveness. Rebuilding is messy. When I first moved into a room in Terry's house, I was practically starting from zero.
Yeah, I remember. The deal was you could stay rent free for the first month if you pulled the weeds.
There were a lot of weeds, but honestly, that was a time of growing pains. We were both awkward. We were both learning. If we didn't have grace for each other's mistakes, we never would have made it to where we are now.
You have to allow for the mess while you are building the structure. Now, finally, step 5, schedule regular check ins. You wouldn't build a custom home without looking at the blueprints every week. Why would you build a life without a plan?
We literally sit down and check in with each other about how we are doing and what we want to do. We also talk about what we want for our future together.
It stops the drift. It keeps you off autopilot and keeps you in the driver's seat.
When you unlock the power of honest words, you are buying back your peace. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your future.
To help you get started, we took these steps and put them into a free communication tips guide. It's in the description below. Download it and stick it on your fridge.
But here's the truth. You can have the best communication skills in the world, but if you're not using them and you build a wall around yourself instead, you are in danger. Isolation is the number one reason people fall back into old patterns.
Exactly. You need to know who is safe to practice these new skills with. In the video that's on your screen, we talk about the specific warning signs of unsafe people and how to build a circle that won't pull you backward.
Don't try to rebuild alone. Watch that video next.
Let's rebuild with clarity together.